Welcome to the podcast of disaster. Today we are in OC Talk, and I'm not alone this time. Today I'm with my co-host,
Courte 437.
Kris.
Kris/Freddy, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, today's episode is for newest addition to the podcast, Mr. Kris. Uh, can you
Hello.
Welcome.
welcome? Can you tell us about
Hi.
yourself?
I'm Kris/Freddy. I'm, as already mentioned, I'm a new member of the host of the podcast. I've been invited recently, and I've been excited to join. I'm an adult. I'm non-binary. I'm bisexual, and uh, I'm also developing a Undertale AU on my Twitter, and also a big Sonic fan, and most importantly, a big Metal Sonic fan, as that's my favorite character.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you here, as I just said.
As a new member of the podcast as well in this episode of the OC Talk. But tell us, did you brought an OC to talk?
Uh, I, in fact, have. Just recently, I have posted them in the application channel.
All right.
Their name is Mark the Metal Sonic. They are an OC that I have developed for quite a bit of time now, actually. Maybe like, oh god, I don't even remember, like maybe 5 years already, or even longer. I have been developing them for a long time, and they mean a lot to me.
Nice. uh,
Yeah.
Court, can you ask him the next question to our boy Kris?
So, what inspired you to make this OC?
Basically, bridge alert. It all started on the app Amino. Some people would get trauma, some not. But basically, on there, I used to have a very, very terrible OC that was like a extremely simple drawing of a human, and I just said, "Look, that OC is a robot," but it just wasn't. And one day, someone came up to me and asked, "Hey, I could help you to, make an OC that actually looks like a robot." And so we talked with each other a lot, and one day, and with my feedback, we came to the conclusion of Mark the Metal Sonic today. I generally big shout out to the person. I sadly don't have contact with them anymore, but they are the reason why I managed to develop the OC to what it is today.
Nice, nice, nice. Uh,
Very interesting.
yep.
Thanks.
Uh, all right. Can you tell us about the lore or history?
Yeah, lore. Basically, it all starts in an alternate universe or timeline where during the events of the first Sonic game, Robotnik was already considering to build, a robotic Sonic doppelganger similar to Metal Sonic, and his first design was the Mark, my OC, but Robotnik decided against it because he felt like it wasn't necessarily what he was looking for in a robotic doppelganger. So he scrapped the design and instead moved on to the cat and Metal Sonic that everyone knows. Basically, Metal Sonic is the Mark II model, and my OC is the Mark I model. After that, a lot of time passed, and not much has happened with the OC until the events of Sonic Battle. I don't know how many people are familiar with the game, but basically in the finale, the character ML is sent to go after Eggman to deal with fuck.
To deal with the villain itself, yeah. And he got overpowered with the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, exactly. And Eggman in that situation was thinking that he didn't want that he needed something to distract Ammo with, but he didn't know what until he remembered his very old creation, Mark the Metal Sonic, and he decided to put him in a rush job, basically cheap metal, cheap design, and all that stuff. And he built them, but he didn't get to activate them because Emil managed intercepted him, and that is then how the events like they happened in canon happen. Emil gets self-destructed and all that stuff. After that, even more time passes. No, stupid, but who cares? Um, 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 One day, after in the now destroyed Death Egg, Mark finally manages to wake up, conscious, confused where they are, and they explore a bit. And in that destroyed Death Egg, they manage to find remaining parts of Emil the Gizoid, and they repair Emil because they felt like it. And after Emil has been fixed, Emil wakes up, and Emil and Mark greet each other, of course, and um, they um, 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 sorry,
It's
um,
okay.
um, um, okay, I found myself. Emil tells Mark about Sonic, and that of course catches Mark's attention because their UI tells them they are called Metal Sonic Mark One. So basically, they realize, there's a connection there, and therefore the two agree to go find Sonic together. And that's the basics of their lore.
That's awesome. Uh, I gotta say, you put a lot of thought in the character. You connect them to the Sonic Battle, which is an underrated game that people should play more.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, very well crafted, I must say.
Thank you, thank you. That means a lot to me. I often have like worries about maybe it's a bit too much connection, but I often people have been saying what you guys have been saying, and that makes me happy to know that it is a generally well received idea of mine.
All right. Next question then. Court, will you
Mhm.
do the honors?
Do they have a family?
Uh, Technically, all of Eggman's inventions are the family, but Mark doesn't get along with them because like they are evil and they're part of the good guys. So like the only real people that Mark actually considers the family are like the good guy Eggman inventions that managed to canonically stay away from Eggman. Just Bell, Omega, Shamel, um, who else is there who rebelled? Yeah, oh yeah, the Scrapniks. The Scrapniks from Scrapnik Island. They they are basically all a big happy family with Mark. And Mark also considers Emil just like a brother, even though Emil isn't technically actually a Eggman family member, but they consider them part of the big happy family.
Great. Next question then. What is their favorite things like food or activities?
Mark is casual in that regard, as they have a very casual interest. They enjoy reading books, they enjoy playing video games, and they enjoy going outside. What I would consider is the most special interest is chow care, as they actually have a pet chow called Loose. Loose
Loose?
is yeah, Loose. um, Loose is basically a chow that Mark one day managed to discover after another one of Eggman's plots, and they found the loose Chow in an injured state because Eggman was destroying the world, and they took the Chow in because who wouldn't take help try to rescue a hurt wild animal? Mark certainly did, and together with Emma, they tried their best in raising them. Huh.
Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad there is a chow yogurt.
Great.
All right. Uh, Court, next question, please.
Do they have transformations or powers?
Uh, they have access to the super forms. I am aware of the fact that machines technically don't actually are able to achieve super forms, but I was thinking, it's not canon anyways. It's a AU of mine, so why not give them that super form? And then there's also the fact that technically they could do what Metal Sonic did, collect Chow bio data and then go Neo and do Metal Overlord and all of that stuff. In my lore, they don't do that, but they technically could if they are interested. And then there's also like the fact that it technically doesn't count as a transformation, but basically over the lore, Mark actually does upgrade themselves because Mark in the first stage, as I would call it, is actually a pretty weak character. Unlike Metal Sonic, they aren't really fast. They are actually very prone to damage. They could get damaged very easily. The only real thing that speaks for them is strength, as they are able to punch through solid metal. But that's about it. That's why at their life they continue upgrading themselves to the point where they are actually able to keep up with the other characters.
Nice, nice. So he's basically
Yeah,
really, really strong. He can actually stand on his own.
yeah. At least at the later stages in life. At the beginning, not so much.
All right. The next question: do they have a job?
That's currently something I actually have not decided with them yet, despite all my developments with them. I was I was thinking on either making them a broke, homeless bum, similar to Silver or Sonic, or I was thinking on oh sorry,
every OC doesn't have a job nowadays.
yeah. My second idea was possibly to give them a job, but with the chaotics, which would mean they are still broke, but they at least have a bit of money. But I'm not still sure where to go with that. With them yet.
All right. Court. Next question, please.
Are they connected to, or do they know somebody from the canon history of the Sonic verse?
Um, as some might have already figured, yeah, absolutely. As they are a machine that has been created by the Dr. Eggman and they are sentient. It's even if they didn't want to be connected with the main cast, they are. They have fallen on the Eggman's radar because oh no, one of my inventions is roaming free, and I have to figure out if they're gonna rebel against me. He figures, okay, that Mark actually does want to rebel against him. So what does he do? He just tries to destroy destroy them, and that naturally means and that naturally leads to other characters finding out about them as well. Because like Sonic sees, Eggman wants to destroy that guy. Maybe I should try to form a connection because he might be willing to help us fight against Eggman, which of course would be good because another ally against Eggman is of course always a good thing. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. As they form a lot of friendships with a lot of characters like Tails, Knuckles, Shadow even, and a lot more characters that I currently can't think of, but I do have a lot of plans to have them form a lot of interesting relationships with a lot of characters actually.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he basically has people around him.
Yeah.
Alright. Next question then. Do they have a love interest? Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah.
This will be interesting.
Yeah. They do in a way, as it's a bit of a confusing scenario because canonically my Mark is actually aromatic and asexual. That means we know the dilemma of house aromantic people and asexual people aren't like the most capable in forming the relationships. It doesn't mean that they can't. It's just it's not like with people that aren't aromantic. Like it's a different scenario. There are people. It's it's really hard to formulate this stuff, but I'll try.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Fish will put the signification of ROAs and asexual in the editing.
Okay, thank you. Um, yeah, but basically they are RAs and asexual, but I was thinking that they still could actually benefit from a romantic partner, but not in the traditional sense where they are like, oh man, I love you so much, sweetheart. I was thinking more of a it in them and his partner forming a connection with each other because as they are both artificial intelligence actually, and I forgot, even and now I realize I forgot to mention who that partner even is. It is a popular character from the ZAM show and also the Archie comics, Nicole the Hololings. It's, I hope people know about it because she is a cool character, and I think I could form an
Yeah,
interesting relationship between them and Mark.
she uh she wait, I might be gaslighting myself because I remember at one point she was in the Archie was made by Eggman before becoming Eggman, or maybe I'm just mistaken character. Wait, let me check
I
because
think
I
I
feel
think you might be right. Actually,
let me
might
see
have been a
because
post might have been a post Sega Genesis Wave reboot thingy where Eggman gifted Nicole to Sally.
Nicole the Hololings creator Dr. Edit. Oh, never mind. Uh, it's not made by Eggman. Never mind. I'm
Oh,
stupid.
okay, then okay. No,
Phew.
no, don't worry. Because I for a moment thought that too for some reason.
Phew.
But yeah,
We safe.
phew.
We touch a bullet. All right.
Um,
Well, what is the gimmick about on them since possible love interested?
could you repeat yourself? I didn't quite understand you.
What is the gimmick between them? Yeah, like,
Oh,
they
I was thinking like their gimmick could be basically like that they are literally the only ones that could understand the other the best, as they are both artificial intelligences. And my idea has been like because of that people around the world hate them because like because of Eggman, artificial intelligence get a lot of bad rap because he's the one who created most of them and therefore has spread terror around them, and with them being able to understand each other because of that issue, that this is how they can form the connection the best, as they actually finally have someone that can understand them perfectly because of it.
all right. Uh, then they sound really cute. Not gonna lie. It
Yeah,
could
I'm
work
happy you
out.
think so.
It could work. All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Quartermanche. Next question.
Do they have a rival or enemy?
Yes. It's a very boring choice, but it's Eggman and Metal Sonic. More so Metal Sonic than Eggman actually, because it's basically a thing of Mark always kind of hoped that they could have a like a family relationship with both Eggman and Metal Sonic, and it makes them extremely upset that they never actually got to manage to form such a relationship with these two. But it's not, and that's why they kind of are really mad with these two, because like they really crave that sort of relationship, but it's just not gonna be able to work, and that's where all of the frustration comes from, and therefore they can't really start to hate these two. But most especially Metal Sonic, because Mark in their encounters often has to fight Metal Sonic, but always loses against him.
He hates his brother.
Yeah. But could you please refer to them with they them, please?
Oh, sure. My bad.
Thank you. It's okay, you know now.
All right, and the next question. They do have fan art, or they have fan art.
Actually, yeah, they did get fan art not too long ago. I commissioned art of them, but I wouldn't technically count it as fan art.
Anything
But
counts.
not, yeah, but there was that one time that I did get fan art of them where I didn't even ask the person where I didn't even commission it. Like, it actually just came from someone who did it on themselves because they wanted to. And that genuinely made me so fucking happy, because I was like, what? No way! I would have screamed if it weren't for the fact that it was in the middle of the night. I'm trying to yeah, there it is. I am posting it in the OC Talk application so you guys can see it.
All right, let's see. Oh shit, he looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
They look awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for correcting. Yeah, sorry.
I love the hat and the pose he has. Like honestly, Galaxy Lover is the artist, right?
Yeah, Galaxy Lover or Space Red on Twitter. Generally happy about this because, like, I remember the context behind it was I wanted to commission a different artist, but that artist scammed me. However, the Galaxy Lover or Space Red on Twitter, if I remember correctly, heard about this and was like, "Dude, that sucks. How about I draw for him and piece of art of his OC?" And then he did, and that's generally so sweet, and it makes me happy. Generally, if you guys should follow him, please. Robbie is an awesome person.
Yeah,
Generally,
he made a few drawings for the people here in the podcast of disaster. So it's
that's awesome.
he's well known. Well known. For example, he made one of the Yano fish drawings.
Oh yeah, I remember. I actually saw him tweeting about it.
All right, then let's move to the. Oh, my PC is tweaking. Let's move to the last question. Courte, take it away, master.
Okay, so how do you want their story to end? What do you want to happen to them by the end of their story?
That's a good question, as I haven't figured out all the details yet. But what I do want to know is basically that Mark is someone that has went through a lot and has therefore grown a bit colder as a as a character because of it, but they are still a really kind person because of it. Like, despite all the damage they went through, they decided they want to try and make the best out of things, trying to respect everyone and yeah, be a good person and try to save the world together with Sonic and the crew. And I was also thinking that they are finally able to have a financially stable life, because let's be honest, no one likes it when a character has to suffer for eternity. People want them to be happy at some point. Spider-Man. And Yeah, that's basically the basic premise so far. They went through a lot, but they are still a kind machine at heart.
Well, I wish got the ending. But good question. If the ship sails with Nicole, could he and Nicole create a new being? Well, to correction, they and Nicole could create a new being, like a new AI or robot.
It's actually something I've been thinking about. Um, I've been thinking about if like they potentially would want a child together, and since they can't make children normally, that they be instead would like build a child together and then inf, inf, try to try to make an AI for it. That's something that I've been playing with, and I'll have to decide if that's something that will in the end actually happen with them. But I'm considering the idea, and I do like it. Though if it's actually gonna happen, not decided yet. But it's a cool idea that I'm interested in possibly trying to do something with.
Gotcha. Well, I wish we have a possibility of a fan child. Someone that will continue their legacy. And I'm trying to be careful because even though I add the pronouns to my vocabulary, I always screw up somehow. Like I forget.
Don't worry, it happens to the
Hey,
best of us.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. It happens to the best of us. I also had the situation once where I had to get used to the pronoun of my friend, and sadly misgendered them up a bit. But in the end, you'll get the hang of it. Don't worry about it too much.
oh, trust me, Twitter doesn't forget sometimes. Like you do a small screw up with the pronouns, and you have a whole mob under you.
yeah.
It's especially prevalent in the Undertale community. I remember a friend of mine accidentally called Kara by she, and
Oh,
they normally don't do that. They normally do address Kara by how they're supposed to address, but they still got a bit of shit storm because of it. Shame, big
yeah.
shame.
Yeah, this is why some people are scared because of the new IDY character that supposedly has no pronouns, which is like,
Oh yeah,
how the fuck do you want us to, to refer them?
Just their
it's
name,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
apparently.
yeah. You're supposed to just use the name. You basically instead of saying they today went to I don't know eat a chili dog, you're instead supposed to say Lunar went to eat a chili dog. Basically like this.
Sounds easy, but it's complicated for my feeble mind.
Yeah.
All right, but anyways, that was OC talk. We did a little bit of a jab in there, but I wanna keep it in because why not? What's the worst gonna happen? Wink, wink.
Wait.
All right. This was a fun episode. Kris, did you have fun?
I did have fun. I was actually a bit nervous. Actually, I don't know if you could tell, but I was nervous since this was my first time participating in such a thing, especially publicly, which will be uploaded. But despite all these things, I did actually enjoy a lot of these things, and I enjoyed answering these questions. And I will be excited to possibly participate in future episodes with different topics.
Well, hey, we're glad to have you here, and one last time, welcome to the podcast of disaster.
The podcast of disaster.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
That's good. That's good.
we hope that you enjoy your time in this place, in the
Mhm.
disaster place. All right, that was OC talk, and I'm LordM,
And on court,
And I'm Kris/Freddy, whichever name you prefer.
and we hope all of you enjoy this new episode. The socials of your new member are gonna be in the description and on the screen right now. so you can all of you enjoy his new content and stuff he do in his pages. Anything
Woo!
anything else to say before I end the episode?
I am developing an Undertale EU on my Twitter. I would be very honored if you guys would check it out.
All right. I'll be sure to give you a follow.
Me too.
Yeah!
Me too.
Yeah!
Yippee! All right.
Any final things you want to add?
I love women.
All right. See you everyone in the next episode. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.